Hello wonderful interpreters, and thank you again for tuning in. We have the latest PERC election update to share with you, another scam to expose from WFSE Local 1671 leaders, and new concerns from LNI interpreters about interpretingWorks for you to be aware of. So please remember to pause this video at any time in order to read the information that you see on the screen. Now let's get started. Besides extended payment delays from interpretingWorks, among other issues, LNI interpreters have been complaining about receiving less appointments every day, sometimes only having 1 or 2 appointments in a week, as you can see by reading on the screen. According to this interpreter, it's gotten so bad that they believe to have been banned from the platform. Sadly, this is not an isolated case, as more interpreters keep reporting the same issue, with a particular interpreter describing their situation as, quote, "I have scraps this week." End quote. This interpreter here reports to be receiving appointment requests all day, but only to find out that those appointments would be already taken, ending up with only a few appointments a day, and having noticed that some clinics have said that they're not getting Spanish-speaking clients. Other interpreters report how bad it's been since Christmas for them, questioning the alleged fairness of this system, with concerns of a different kind of monopoly being created as a result of this, with a company that punishes you for returning appointments when you're sick or when taking a vacation, according to these interpreters. Out of the many reports that we constantly receive, this email has been very shocking to say the least. According to this email, a particular interpreter called interpretingWorks for answers because of not receiving appointment requests at all, but was informed to have been blocked from the system for allegedly returning too many jobs, and that their company, interpretingWorks, is working with LNI to decertify interpreters who do similar things. And of course, we believe the workers, and this is why it's all very concerning to all of us. Imagine this alleged plan becoming a reality. This is why we need our union to establish a dual system with a better company to manage the scheduling system option for interpreters. Which brings me to the latest election update that we have to share with you today. Now, before that, you should be familiar with the image on the screen, which is from the PERC decision on January 6th, earlier this year, granting our motion to start the election. We have also mass emailed this notice to LNI interpreters. We shared with you how PERC's executive director also confirmed that WFSE and other groups petitioned for the election to be blocked, but Washington interpreters have always petitioned for the election to proceed. You were also able to see that WFSE has failed to block the election for the last time, and that the election will go on while the decision on our legal complaint against LNI is pending with the commission. But of course, WFSE Local 1671 leaders have engaged in yet another scam in the meantime. This is what they're doing. Now they're asking LNI interpreters to confirm their mailing address and other sensitive personal information with them to supposedly ensure receiving a ballot from PERC. Now, this behavior is grossly unethical since they do not work for PERC, and this is just another attempt to scam you out of your personal information with lies instead of just asking you up front for what they really want. You know, the honest way. You see, PERC is the only state agency in charge of union elections, not WFSE Local 1671 leaders. PERC is in charge of confirming addresses with LNI in order to mail ballots to eligible voters, not WFSE leaders, okay? Please, make sure to protect your personal information. Now, this is the latest update from PERC about the election. Interpreters Rising, the organization intervening, is officially out of the election process, as you can see here, after they petitioned PERC to be removed. I have also pointed out before in my videos how they submitted their cards very late and would not be eligible to participate in the election pending a decision from PERC. Whatever the reason for them to withdraw, Dario De La Rosa from PERC has officially confirmed that they will not be part of this process and that their name will not appear on the ballot for the election, as you can see here. Which means that now there will only be two unions on the ballot for the upcoming election. Ourselves, Washington Interpreters, and WFSE, mano a mano, as we have always been in the lead by far and keep gaining supporters. The election that WFSE has tried to block in vain so many times is now happening very soon with no other union to help them split the vote. We will soon get rid of WFSE messing with the LNI system for good with our vote as LNI interpreters. Now, I posted a video back in October 2020 from one of our live streams explaining how the election process works. You can click on the link above to watch it and to get a general idea of how the process works. But we will soon have more updated information from PERC to share with you, since the pandemic situation may have changed things a little bit. We would also like to remind you that we will be having a combination of in-person and virtual union meetings with the purpose of sharing our goals as a union with you and to get your feedback, concerns, and suggestions on how to build a better LNI system once we win the election. This is the first one, and this is going to be in Tri-Cities, as you can see right here, on January 26, where we will be raffling a $190 gift card from the Arcos Institute for you to purchase continuing education classes of your choice. Now remember, these classes are worth up to 8 DSHS credits. We have limited seating, so please RSVP if you're planning to attend from the Tri-Cities area. In closing, I have a message for all of you that will be voting in the election. But first, I do have a few questions for WFSE Local 1671 leaders. You see, I got to know and interact with several of you before, and I know for a fact, based on those interactions, that you wholeheartedly disagree with the way some of your fellow leaders have conducted themselves throughout the years. And some of you have even opted out. So for the ones remaining, here it is. How can you still support the organization where your fellow leaders lie, manipulate, and conceal information from their members, all to get their union dues, to then hide the political donations made with those funds from interpreters? A local union whose leaders attack the very interpreters' workers that they're trying to represent? A leader whose former 10-year president, Leroy Mold, was bidding for the LNI contract while sitting president behind your back in order to get rich? While WFSE is asking you to volunteer your time for free with no reimbursement? Do you really want your good name and reputation associated with these power-hungry and unethical individuals? Why do you keep ignoring the evidence exposing this gross behavior from your fellow leaders throughout the years? Do you really want your legacy as a person and as a labor advocate to be attached to these individuals who have no problem lying and abusing workers this way? You know, you do not have to answer to me. That's just food for thought. Now, to the Interpreters Rising's organization and to those that supported them in the past, this is for you. Look, I want you to know that we have always respected your efforts, even as we had disagreements on how to best help LNI interpreters. But the one thing that we do have in common is that we all want WFSE to be out of our lives as LNI interpreters. So I would like to invite you to support our cause, to attend the upcoming union meetings that we will have in your area, and to actually bring your ideas and concerns. This can be done in a respectful way, by the way. We all need to work together once we win the election. Finally, to all LNI interpreters out there, whether you have always worked in the LNI system and favor the dual system idea, or if you're new to the system and like the scheduling system as an option to receive appointments instead, you are invited to attend our virtual or in-person meetings because your input is very important, as we will be reshaping the system according to what you want. The goal is to have viable options to get enough appointments for everyone. And of course, making sure that LNI prevents appointment monopolies while improving working conditions for all of us in the process. Now, you may have heard WFSE trying to speak for us and telling you what we're all about. No, come and find out for yourself. They do not speak for us. All of these things are possible. We can coexist, but we have to do it together, and we need your help. We want you to be involved. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel in order to keep on getting more relevant information for our interpreting community. See you in the next video. Do not lose hope, and as always, God bless.